Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all be fine and enjoying your vacations very well. As you can see, it's our science summer task for class 6. So let's see how we have to solve it. As we can see, our first activity is about animal and plant cells. We have to differentiate between animal and plant cell and also label their different parts. As students knows how to differentiate between animal and plant cells, the cell which have cell wall is called plant cell and the cell which lacks cell wall is the animal cell. Our next question is, what would happen to a cell if we remove its nucleus? Okay, as we know, brain plays major role in our body to control all the functionings. As it is, nucleus is the main part which control all the functioning happening in the cell. Okay, next question is, what makes the plant cell green? Here you have to write the part of plant which is responsible for green color in plants. Next question is, which optical instrument is used to examine cells? So its answer is microscope. We use microscopes to see these small tiny objects clearly. Okay, moving towards activity number 2, it's about animal and plant cells and tissues. Here we have to identify the images and also write their different functions. Our first image is of platelets. These are the cells present in our blood. They help from blood clotting and they also prevent from bleeding. As it is, we have to identify the all other images and write their functions in the next blocks. Activity number 3 is human respiratory system. Its first point is label the following diagram using the word banks. Our next question is define respiration and explain the role of respiratory system. As we know, respiration is very necessary to survive for us. Respiration is the intake of oxygen and the removal of carbon dioxide from our body. All this is performed by respiratory system which includes lungs, ribs and diaphragms. As we intake oxygen, the ribs and diaphragms are contracted, and when we remove carbon dioxide from our body, the ribs and diaphragms are relaxed again, and this exchange of gases takes place in our lungs. Okay, your next question is about your brain learning test. You have to open the link and read about organ transplantation and how it improves the quality of life, and after that you have to answer the questions given below. Activity number 4, it's about to prepare a model of human respiratory system. To prepare model, you have to need all these things mentioned here. Here's a prepared model with proper labeling. You can see and use any instructions from here to prepare your model. Activity number 5, elements and compounds. First question is, write down the symbols of the following elements. Also write down the ending names of the compounds made from these elements. As we have learned in the book that the symbol for oxygen is O and the ending name of the compound formed by oxygen is oxide. For example, carbon dioxide. As it is, we have to write the ending names of the compounds found by chlorine, sulfur, nitrogen and iodine. Their names are ended with IDE. For example, oxide, chloride, sulfide, nitride and iodide. Next question is, differentiate between metals and non-metals. As we know, metals are good conductors and non-metals are bad conductor. We have to write these 2 points in their respective box. As it is, we have to differentiate all other properties of metals and non-metals. Activity number 6, element and compound. question is write the importance of following elements. First element is calcium. As we know, calcium is present in our bones. It makes our bones healthy, strong and hard. Next is iron. It's a mineral. It helps our body in development and growth. Next is iodine. It helps the thyroid gland in the release the thyroxine hormone. And the last one is potassium and magnesium. These both are vital to health, strength and proper functioning of our heart. Okay, our next question is classify the following substances into elements and compounds. We have to write the elements in the element circle and the compounds in the compound circle. For example, oxygen is an element, we will write it in element circle, and water is a compound and we will write it in a compound circle. As it is, we have to write all other elements and compounds in their respective circles. Activity number 7, which is our last activity. It's about to prepare a poster on to stop smoking and their effects on human health. You have to prepare this poster using charts and write their effects on human health.